Hey, welcome back. We're here with another episode of Milton Daily Homes. We have 20-something listings, 25, 27, something like that, on both systems. So if you're just starting to watch these episodes, what we do is we take information from the broker MLS, which is updated in real time, realtor.ca, a lot of the other third-party sites are not updated in real time. Our system is, so I can log in and see something 2 minutes after it's been loaded, and then it propagates out to the public sites. Anyway, we take that information. In Milton, we have two overlapping real estate boards. We have the Toronto board, and we have the Oakville Milton board, which is affiliated with something called Ortis, or the Ontario Regional. Anyway, it's just the way the information's collected. The MLS is nothing more than a database that we use. And one of the worst things we could have done as an industry is called it MLS.ca. We've now changed it to Realtor.ca because it's really just the information that we post that gets posted publicly, but it's not as good. Anyway, and then what we do is we talk about the homes. So I'll give you the list, and what I'm also going to do is tell you the things that I think you should know before pursuing any of these. So let's do this. So this one on Costigan, $499, very attractive price. In this building, there was a sale for $550 for essentially the same size as this one. Now the big difference for the $550 sale is it's facing open space versus this one is facing a parking lot. I'm going backwards in the pictures. That's your lobby downstairs, and then you've got pretty open concept layout. This is one of the better layouts. Some of the ones in this building I don't love. Pillars in the wrong place, wrong sort of orientation of space, and so on. So this is a good deal for me for this amount of size. You get 2 parking spaces included, and I think this is a great option for downsizing. Now, when is it obvious that a place has been staged? Well, there's a couple of hints here. Obviously, the front entrance. Not many. I know a few people that kind of live with this amount of color and splash. This is a tough room in terms of scale of furniture. This is intended as a dining area. It ends up being a very small area. But then for permanent chairs, to have just 2 sort of dining room chairs, to me looks a little bit off. It just, that doesn't look bulky enough to be an everyday kind of room. Let me just pull up the dining room chair and then watch television. Doesn't seem right. Anyway, it looks okay inside. It's 1130 square feet, 1 full bathroom upstairs, no finished basement. It looks like the trees have kind of matured out a little bit. Hard to tell if the roof's been done from this. I can sometimes get that from the high-res shots in the virtual tour, but this model has sold over 6 this year, and we've seen the townhouses take a little bit of a price hit lately, just because the market's kind of shifted a little bit. But this still seems like a pretty good deal to me. And if you remember this one yesterday on Ortis, now it's on Treb, and now they're holding back on offers. Remember I said it was a really good deal? Well, let's see what happens on offer night. So it's been tough to tell what's going on with land values in the old part of Milton, but this one here on Bronte is $649. I think I could see this price if it was in the subdivision a little bit. 65 by 109. Some of the other ones in the neighborhood are 66 by 132. So that lot coverage means that a larger lot allows you to build a bigger home and facing the busy street. I think this price is a little bit high. No garage and so on. But, what's the value of a piece of land right now in Old Milton? My best estimate is it's probably around $600 to $650 once you're inside the subdivision. Basically, this is the southeast Oakville, and I talked about this when we talked about Victoria. This area is going to continue to gain value, and they're not making the lots any bigger. So that's the key, is whenever you attack a development area as a developer, one of the things you look at is which places have the biggest land. So now that most of the places in Old Milton, the downtown core, are being built, what we're starting to see is a couple happen in Dorset Park. That's the next biggest area for lots in town. and it's only natural that's going to happen. And that's why I think Dorset Park is a big opportunity for people. Now this one in Hamilton is kind of interesting. It's a 1,500 square foot home. This looks really bizarre. And then you go to the backyard and you've got a big deck, and then you also have this, what looks like a huge shed here too. So it looks like it really cuts off a lot of the space. I don't know what you'd put in there. I guess you could almost, if it's insulated, you could almost have like a little home office or a little retreat. I can't see something that big just being used to store your lawnmower, of which, you know, you've got, all you need is a portable, basically not even a powered mower to get that grass there. So Zelinsky may recognize we had it at $7.99, and the market, you know, it's changed. So we put it down to $6.99, holding back on offers. And at this price, it's an amazing deal. This exact floor plan sold just around the corner for $800,000, more than $800,000. And so you've got a front living dining room, hardwood floors, really nice open concept kitchen. That island can actually move around, so you could reorient, change it 90 degrees and make a little bit bigger breakfast area. You've got some hurricane lamps right here, stainless steel appliances, California shutters, gas fireplace. You get 4 bedrooms upstairs. I think I mentioned pot lights too. Big walk-in closet off the master. You have a glass shower, separate tub, and you've got your bedrooms, your 4 of them, plus another bathroom, and then, like I said, plus laundry. Stamped concrete front and back, and then you've got a deeper and wider lot than the standard. So altogether, nice quiet street. It's got the whole package. If you're looking for a semi-detached, I don't think there's a better option right now. Now, I think this one seems like a pretty good deal on Lederman, $849,900. It is 1938 square feet. I think it's a Plan 8 on a 30-foot lot. It's got a pretty open concept kitchen overlooking the family room. There's also living dining. There's 4 bedrooms upstairs plus laundry. It's actually very similar to Zelinsky, but it's detached. And I believe, as far as I can tell, they're taking offers anytime. You get a big shed in the back too. This is the day of big sheds, but I do like this price. Last thing I'll mention today, this one on Farmstead. There's a couple models where Mattamy sort of did almost like an overhang above the garage. They obviously need some structure right here. That happens to be the exact place where you would open a passenger side door. It's a very inconvenient place, and it makes it very hard to park 2 cars side by side in a driveway. It's amazing how much you realize when you have something like this, how nice it is to have open space on this side where you can just sort of come in and out as you please. That's a big thing. You don't notice it from pictures, but when you go and check it out, a lot of people park on the street. I park on the street all the time when I show homes. But for something like this, I would say to the client, look, pull your car in and make sure this is not going to interfere with your enjoyment of the house. And you're also blockaded on this side here too. Sounds like a small thing, but it's a really big deal. So there we go. The market's, now I talked about how it's slow, but then you look at some of the stuff where there's a little bit of scarcity. There's a lot of townhouses right now. Not as much inventory listed really high, 1, 2, 1, 3, 1, 4. So we're seeing that market actually holding, which traditionally, when markets shift, the higher the price range, the more affected things are. But I saw one on Moreland, so it's like right away within a day sold without even putting pictures up for over $1 million in Timberley. So we've seen the $1 million mark crossed in that area, and there you go. It would have been nice to see that one, maybe even hold back on offers, but I think the buyer put a good number on it. So that's the list. If you need help, if you want to get started on some daily emails, you want some of our guides, just reach out to us. We're glad to help. We'll see you tomorrow.